Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, back for my post-market wrap-up for today, Wednesday, November 29th, 2017. Before I even get started, I am going to try very hard to stay calm and not get bent out of shape here. Look, it's already starting with this particular video. A lot of stuff to cover, and I'm going to, again, try to remain calm. I don't want to go off the deep end on this, but I might. Let's see how this plays out. You know, I don't script any of this. It's all just done right off the cuff. So let's start off with, I don't even know where to start. All right, let's start off with this. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and the small cap index both finished at new record highs. How many of you were surprised to hear about that, especially the small caps? I don't want to hear any of you here. Not one. Especially you. Sit down. Yes. No. None of you should be surprised at all at what we're seeing. It's just, it's incredible. So, again, I'm like tongue-tied here today. The bond market, did you watch the bond market today? Tremendous sell-off right off the top, and I went over this earlier today in the video that I did. They tried to buy it up. Just about noon today, as a matter of fact, I took a snapshot of the bond market right from my website, traderschoice.net, and I posted it on all my social networks. I said, look what they're doing. They're trying to buy up bonds right here. It didn't work. What it did do one thing. It stopped the bleeding, but it didn't cause, no one jumped in here and started buying bonds. So what did they do? What did they do? You know who they are. And a lot of people write, who are they? Please, if you see a question like that, and if you're watching this video, enlighten these people as to who they are. So what they did is what they always do. And this is why I can't, see, look, this is why I'm going to get bent out of shape. They started buying up the small caps big time. Small caps at a new record today. And they also bought up Dow components, and both of these indices finished at record highs. The S&P 500, a tiny little loss. Tech fell under pressure today. Believe me, they don't like to see that. They want to buy up the small caps. I always talk about this, and then they buy up tech. Tech needs, this whole market needs to bleed off, but it's not real, and you completely understand that. With regard to me, let me tell you what I did today. All of you know I've been riding ticker SPY, the index that tracks the S&P 500. I had my finger on the trigger all day to sell it. I've been holding this position for almost 2 weeks, so you can only imagine, seriously, how well I have done here. But this is, look, I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm just riding this thing because we know what they're going to do. They're going to push the markets higher. But I did not close that position today. This is what I'm planning on doing with regard to, I mean, look, maybe I'm being overly greedy here, and I probably should have closed that position today because I have a, frankly, tremendous profit in here. It's insane, okay? But the reason why I held that position is I want to see what happens tomorrow morning. If there is even an inkling that, that stocks will fall under pressure, I will close that right at the open tomorrow and still pull out a freaking magnificent profit. Disney, I told all of you I was buying January in the money calls. That trade, I think when we closed, I was already up about 12%. I did not close that. I am holding that position to see where this goes tomorrow. Whatever. We're going to watch these things. You know, speaking of trading, a lot of people are writing to me lately, and I'm happy to see this with regard to trading the index. You know, don't be a stock picker here. I wrote 2 articles today on Steam It. One was about, forget about picking a stock. Anyone out here who's trying to be, who thinks they're smart enough or wants to be tricky and try to pick an individual stock, sure, you can do that. But why waste one cell of energy on it when you know what they're going to do? Just ride these indices, and that's what I wrote. I says there's no reason on earth to be a stock picker here anymore. We don't have, they're making this way too easy for you, and they're making this way too easy for me. So what I did, I also wrote another article talking about the MACD. If you're a trader out here, you know what the MACD is. So I wrote an article on Steemit where I talked about specific settings for the MACD. You might want to have a look at that. It's very interesting. It will help your trading beyond any shadow of any doubt. So again, crazy ride here with the bond market. What they tried to do, they tried to buy it up, didn't work. So what did they do? Hey, let's go buy up the small caps. That's what they did. Pushed it to a record high. Dow as well. Bitcoin, what a crazy ride today with regard to Bitcoin. Over 11,000 and 11,300 or so, all the way down to around 9,000. I think the last time I looked, it was around 9,500, which is pretty much exactly where I sold my last bit of Bitcoin. These gyrations that we're seeing with regard to Bitcoin, I don't happen to like them very much. So I'm out of it. I told all of you how I played this. I backed off here. I want to watch all this wash out. I would love to see Bitcoin drop. If it doesn't drop, I still don't care. I want to see all of this kind of stabilize a little bit. And if it goes up, I will buy more and I will ride that up as well. And I will tell all of you at that time, because I keep getting questions about that too. Greg, let us know when you buy Bitcoin, and I will do that as well. The Beige Book. The Fed Beige Book. We heard from the Fed today, people. Let me see. With a show of hands, how many of you out here are surprised to hear that, according to the Federal Reserve, our economy is doing really, really well? Meanwhile, they can't raise rates. And maybe, I do believe we're going to get a rate hike next month, but then that's it. They're done. They're not doing anything else. They are absolutely finished, in my opinion. I would be shocked if we get another rate hike next year. But we'll talk more about it when we get close. But look, this is all just smoke and mirrors. You know that. They're playing games with every single asset class that they possibly can. It's way, way, and I mean way, out of control. But again, they're making this way too easy for you and me. You and me? Wow. I guess I should thank these people that are doing this, because again, this is it. It doesn't get any better than this for someone that wants to rip the face off of this market beyond recognition. Don't be a stock picker here. Don't try to be fancy. Don't try to think you're so smart. No. Pretend that you're really dumb. That's what I would say. The smarter someone thinks they are, the stupider they actually are. That's been my life experience. So don't do this, all right? Just take the easiest, most straightforward approach, and that is ride an index. I don't even care which one you want to pick. And if you are so inclined, check out that article I wrote on Steemit with regard to how to set the MACD. And there's a nice picture there for you. You do not want to miss this if you're a trader. I'm literally handing you all buckets full of cash. Do you realize that? That's what I'm doing. And I'm happy to do that as long as you are paying it forward, because I swear, if you are making any cash at all off of what I'm putting out here for free and you're not giving any of it back, I want you to lose, and I want you to lose big time. I'm telling you, you know how I am. I don't care. I don't sugarcoat a damn thing. So if you're not paying it forward, if all this is making sense to you and you're capitalizing on it and you're not giving back, this is what I think of you. I just don't like that at all. So, all right, before I go crazy here, I think we're gonna end this here. But look, I am not saying, just real quick in summary, that this market is going to go straight up every single freaking day. Oh, no. And I wrote this in the article I talked about on Steam. It's going to wiggle around a little bit. No doubt about it. But we're going higher here, despite the fact, I don't know if you heard this one yet, that Goldman Sachs just put out a big warning about market valuations. Yeah, market valuations have been frankly stupid for a really long time, but now Goldman Sachs wants to tell you about it? Please, look, I have friends at Goldman, and They're pretty smart guys, so I can't imagine that Goldman Sachs is that stupid as a whole that they think they're telling us something right now that valuations are high in this market. Really? When did that happen exactly? When did it happen? I just can't take it anymore. The idiocy has reached, truly epic levels. It's as high as the debt bubble is, in my opinion. It's off the charts. It's not even on the Richter scale or whatever it might be, the elemental chart. It's gone. Anyway, all right. I think I've gone a little bit off the deep end here. Other than picking on Goldman Sachs, who else did I pick on here? Anybody? I don't know. Probably not. But I'm going to get in trouble for this video. I'm off probation, by the way. I am not on probation anymore. Could you believe I was on probation? I was on probation. YouTube put me on probation, people. What am I saying that's so out there that they put me on probation? So I am no longer on probation. Thank you. Thank all of you, really. It's all you who got me off of the probation. Probation. Oh. I really can't take it anymore. It's just crazy. All right, look. I'm going to end this post-market wrap-up, whatever you want to talk about. This was for you. I hope you found this somewhat entertaining and enlightening as well. And with that said, we're gonna watch this tomorrow, and we're gonna laugh again. We're gonna sit here and go, really, what's going on? I think we all do know what's going on, and we're taking advantage of it. And I couldn't be you see how happy I am? Look, I couldn't be happier than I am right now. I am a really, really happy person today. And it's not because I'm making money in this market or anything. It's just because I'm enjoying this. I enjoy talking to all of you out here. I think this is fun in a lot of ways. And if I can, put all of this into a perspective that makes sense to you, I'm doing the right thing. And if you're making money here, I am very happy for you. But I want you to give back. I don't care if you give a tiny bit back, okay? But you got to give some back. Anyway, enough of that. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Over now.